Big Idea Design, known for making some of the best titanium pocket tools and pens in the world of EDC, just debuted their third folding knife, one that I think is going to be an instant classic. This is the Overlook. I've had the chance to handle this knife for the last couple weeks, and I really do think this is probably their best folding knife design yet. To understand how we got here, we have to rewind a little bit. So in 2023, Big Idea Design joined the folding knife category with this design right here. This is the TI pocket knife. And on paper, I think this knife has a lot of features that us EDC guys want in a pocket knife. For example, titanium scales, a reversible pocket clip, a hollow ground S45VN blade, an inline flipper. There's a lot of really good stuff here. But for me personally, the TI pocket knife just didn't hit. It felt like some of their other pocket tools that just happens to have a blade only. Not that this is a bad knife. For me personally, it just wasn't it. It didn't necessarily feel super refined. Then at the tail end of 2023, I think beginning of 2024, Big Eye did something that I don't think any of us were expecting. They designed a fixed blade. This is the Lookout. And this fixed blade is not only super important for Big Eye because it was their first one, this was also the first knife that came out of their brand new USA shop in Chattanooga, Tennessee. If you've been watching the videos long enough, you know that the Lookout has made it onto multiple lists. Taylor and I think that this is a pretty perfect fixed blade. The blade to handle ratio is fantastic. The USA made ones were made out of Magna Cut. They also came with this really nice leather sheath. I think that this was an absolute home run. And in late 2024, they threw it into production overseas, and then the Lookout came in titanium with an M390 blade. Since then, they've also done some more USA made Lookouts with different scale materials like Ultem and wood, and it has just been, in my opinion, a classic for them, an absolute staple. At the tail end of 2024, Big Idea Design revisited the folding knife again. This time they came out with the TI Pocket Knife 2. And I remember handling this knife and thinking that there was a nice upgrade. It is essentially a scaled version of the TI Pocket Knife, but with some changes that I think a lot of us were needing. It felt like they were listening to some of the feedback that they got on the TI Pocket Knife. They made the steel M390 with a flat ground blade. It is very smooth and fidgety. You still get that kind of tool feeling DNA that Big Idea Design implements in a lot of their products, but this is starting to feel more like an EDC pocket knife. But for me, it still just wasn't quite there, and I can't really explain it. It didn't necessarily hit for me, even though you still get a lot of great features like the titanium scale as a reversible pocket clip. It just didn't necessarily hit. And that all changed when we got this knife in, the Overlook. To me, the Overlook feels like a combination of everything that they've learned from the TI pocket knife and the Lookout. So now that you know a little bit of the backstory of what it took to get here, let's dive into some of the specs. So on the Overlook, you're looking at an overall length of 6.25 inches with a blade length of 2.62 inches. The blade steel of choice for the Overlook is M390, and you still get those really nice stonewash grade 5 titanium scales and a reversible pocket clip with an added end cap. My first impressions of the Overlook when I got it in hand was simply just wow. This knife feels like a design that has the knife enthusiast in mind first. You still get some of the tool-looking DNA that Big Idea Design has implemented on the TI Pocket Knife and the TI Pocket Knife 2, with some of the silhouette of the Lookout. It feels like they're not dabbling in knives anymore. Like the TI Pocket Knife and the TI Pocket Knife 2, it kind of felt like they were playing it safe. The Overlook feels like they've arrived. They've made a knife, like the knife design. And I think that's so exciting for them because Big Idea Design is always pushing boundaries. Like these guys are moving so much faster than even we can keep up with. And we chat with them almost on a regular basis. So when the Overlook came into the shop here, into the studio here, and we checked it out, both Taylor and I were just incredibly impressed with how it turned out. At first, it felt like it was a little too small for me, but after carrying it for a while, I really do enjoy how good this knife feels in hand. For me, it's a really good 4-finger grip. It fits in the hand perfectly. The blade is nice and sharp and slicey. The thumb studs make for really fun deployment and really fidgety. You could just sit on the couch and watch TV and do this. forever until your wife looks at you and wants to punch you in the face. I don't know if I mentioned this in the specs, but this one is a frame lock, and the frame lock is very nice and easy to disengage that blade. That nice little drop shut action, but it's not like guillotine, like it just drops to your thumb and it is just very smooth. It's also a very lightweight knife. This is the kind of knife that I imagine maybe not only putting in your pocket, but having in a pouch, whether it's in your truck or whether it's in your backpack. I think this is a great competitor to something like maybe a small Sabenza, if you want something that's got that classic look and is more affordable. I'm probably gonna get roasted alive in the comments for saying something like that. I love CRK. I've had a small Sabenza, I have an Umnumzan, I have another Sabenza. I really dig their stuff, but when Taylor held this and him and I were talking about it, he brought up a point that it kind of feels classic, like a small Sabenza. And I agree with him on that. I think this is definitely one of their most refined designs yet, and it's just been really cool to see the journey from something like the TI pocket knife that still felt a little clunky in a way, to something super sleek like the Overlook. The price point on the Overlook, by the way, is $220, which I think is fantastic. You're getting an M390 blade, you're getting thumb studs, a really fun action, titanium scales, a reversible pocket clip. I think you're getting quite a lot of bang for your buck here for $220. And for me, I think it's more so just the story of how Big Idea Design got here that makes this knife so much cooler. Congratulations to Brantley, Chad, Joe Baby, and the whole Big Idea Design crew on what I think is a perfect little EDC knife design. Again, if you guys want to check it out, links will be down below. Let me know what you guys think based on what you see in this video. Do you guys agree with me? Do you think this is their best design yet? Am I wrong about the TI Pocket Knife and TI Pocket Knife 2? So that is it. That is the Overlook. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you guys are enjoying these little knife reviews. I hope to do more of them if you guys are enjoying it. Thank you so much. We will catch you in the next video.